Okay, folks, here we are, CPI day, 13th of December 2022. And this is the last inflation print we're going to get for this year for the US. Big, big, big day for volatility today. Of course, the US CPIs and core CPIs coming out. And then tomorrow we're going to be getting Fed's Chair Powell and the FOMC minutes and rate decision expected at 50 basis points. So please do tune in for that one, as we're going to be going live on that about 6:45, I think it will be. Just going to check on the data for that. But either which way, we've been printing up on equities. Now, just before we get ahead of ourselves, let's get over and onto the charts here and look at what we need to look at. And here we have US inflation, all right, for the last year here. And we could see we kind of peaked at 9.1 and we've been pretty much coming off ever since. So 7.7 on the prior. And what we're looking for today, I think, let's see, consensus 7.3. Let's see, hold on. Let's just get over to the economic or investing.com here, which is my preference. So we've seen that kind of hump of, a peak there on the inflation rates, but what we're looking for here is, 7.3 on the headline year-on-year CPI inflation for November, 7.3 expectation down from prior 7.7, okay? This is the tier 1 data of the day, all right? This is really, really, really important. Then the core CPI year-on-year set to come out 6.1, down from 6.3. So really the entire financial markets around the world are going to be watching these figures and trading these figures, okay? So it's going to be really, really tricky beans today, right? And you don't want to be blowing up on this sort of stuff, guys and girls, all right? You really don't want to be doing that. You want to be taking it easy, okay? So, what have we been looking at? Since I did a pre-US, we took Monday yesterday off here, but some phenomenal trades coming in on the S&P there on Friday, I think it was. Now we back adjusted, okay? Now I haven't moved this, but what we were looking for, and I said it in the pre-US, and I said it live to the guys coming right into the data, that if we got a trade down here onto what was at the time before we had to roll forward on the contracts was 39.27s, that's now adjusted up to 67s, okay? It was the longs. And we took these longs and we traded this back into the highs. Really nice trade there on the S&P on Friday. Okay, beautiful trade. Lovely opportunities on the euro as well to be buying the dip. Came back up to where it had started pre the data. Lovely trading. But look again, what happened here? We breached those lows in yesterday's trade, but nonetheless picking up the buyers. Look at this thing, getting above VWAP, holding, bammo, pull back to VWAP on the open, bammo into the highs. Lovely trading. We were trading oil and equities on the longs yesterday. Really good stuff coming in on oil too. And another thing was nat gas, but let's stick with the S&P here for now. Look, there's potentially a 3% move on the cards here over this CPI data. Okay, so really, if you're long this market from anywhere on this chart today, or really, I think it's going to get wiped out. I think we have a potential move back to here. All right, 39.67s. And then I think we can pick up buyers. So I'm taking my call there from Friday. I'm bringing it forward to here as well. 50 EMA also below at 39.58. But I really like leaning on this 67 quarter level here, just below P-Val. Looking for the longs there. For the shorts, listen, if we get a miss on the data, there's a couple of people kind of talking down the upside potential on a miss on the data. I think personally, in my technical opinion, we call that horseshit. I think we're going to have a very quick lick to the downside, even down to here, very deep pullback. Very deep pull. What would that be? Currently, that would be a 1.56 pullback. Okay, to pick up buyers here. All right, but I think if we have a miss on the headline figure here, we're going to be the market's going to be going bid, and we're going to press up and up and up, and we're going to 40.97s. over the course of this week, for sure. I think if we come in and have a stiff figure where it's a beat on the 7.3, well, I think that's just going to give more credence to a really healthy pullback. And we had PPIs coming out as a bit of a beat there, which did cause a little bit of a shocker here last week down, but nonetheless bought back up. All right, bought back up. Recession? What recession? Go and check out the video, the conversation I recorded with Jason Shapiro, market wizard, legend, great guy. Check it out and what we think about these markets. Yeah, so that's equities and that's the SPOOs, and we kind of talked about this. I think if it comes in 7 or below 7% on the figure on buy and pullbacks, if it comes in stiff at like a 7.45 or 8, I'm probably going to be sitting on my laurels and waiting for the selling to abate and probably looking to take a trade 330 closer to 4 maybe. But that's, I think we've talked about that. And we'll be having a very detailed look at this market as we do in the team calls every day, 1:45. So if you're not in, you're not in. So that's that. All right. So the DAX here, just as an illustrative point of how equities are finding the session hard, you've seen the DAX bid into this line in the sand. Down we go, finding that point of control yesterday, then bids back up into new highs, down again, holding on the PVAH. Some nice longs here to be had on that PVAH, but really you're just scalping into stuff here because invariably I wouldn't want to be holding a position like here coming into the CPIs and we're only trading here on just coming into the data. I want to be taking my scalps and done. And look, if we get a runaway to the upside pre the data, well, all the better, right? Just, you got to be quick and you got to be nimble. My dad used to always say there's 2 types of people in this world. There's the quick and the hungry. And with trading, you got to be quick to bank it. You can't be sitting here for ages, thinking that every single trade you take is going to keep going and going and going. All right. So that's equities pretty much. And you've seen Dow hit that target that we were looking at yesterday, 34,350s. Dollar is bid here, is bid. You're seeing this holding. We came back in here, holding the bids. We're looking for 105.20s. Really, I think that's all tight beans. I think the euro is going to get crushed down. We are getting that new low on day that I was talking about. So really, I'd be looking at around actually the 1.04630s for longs on the euro. If we get a beat today, if we get a miss on CPIs, that's a dollar down situation, big time. I think we're going to be getting, we're going to head towards 103s. And then I think you'll find some buyers on 103s to get back to, somewhere around PVAL or 104.63s. Crypto, not interested in talking about crypto at the moment. Oil, though, yesterday, oil, really good stuff on oil. We'll get out the big chart here on WTI. We have rolled to the, have we rolled on this one? I think we have rolled on this one. What are we on here? No, we're still on the Jan 23 contract here. Okay, so buyers coming in at the 98.99 low at 70.34 back adjusted. And this area that, I've been talking about that we were going to trade down to for quite a while. And we just came shy of trading $70 even there over the last 3 days. And we're bid up out of this area. So what a great time to look for the longs. Okay, what a great time to look for longs. And sure enough, here we go. A few of us on this trade yesterday in the room. A few of us getting onto this, looking for longs. And bam, off we go. I think we had $3 there on the move to the upside from that 70.34s area. It was actually a 5.1% move to the upside there. Difference in ticks, 365 ticks, so $3.65. Lovely move there to the upside. And then actually we were trading this live actually quite late yesterday, about 4:30, and it got in on the short here and I traded that back down to a nice little area around 72.80s and nicely got out there and didn't have to weather through all this crap coming into the close. So taking a bit of it on both sides of the market yesterday. But again, if you're not in the room, you're not in the room and you're not making money on these trades, I don't think. So do give us a shout in Duggan Capital. All right, offers above here at 74.80s on oil today. And I think we can, on a weaker, especially on a CPI beat, all right, which is a strong dollar situation, I think we can crush back down on oil. But if we have a miss, right? If we have that miss that the market is pricing in, look at equities like they're really, really strong. If we have that miss, I think the market is going to have to price in further upside on equities, downside on the dollar, and that's going to be further sustenance for oil to hold these highs and continue moving to, well, really, we've been talking about 76, 74s. We've also got some levels around 70, well, 75, 40s, I think it is. But these are small levels compared to what the general movement is here. And that is moving back to the 76 by 74, which is the kind of 2015 high, May 2015 high, which is quite an interesting level. All right. I think that's it. Actually, just before we go, trade we were looking at as well on Nat Gas there was this sort of long here on the P-Val yesterday. Really nice area. Came in to value, held on VWAP, BAMO up to close the gap. I think we got a 6% move there on that yesterday. Huge move, 7.74 move to the upside, percent move to the upside there. So really nice trading to be had on Nat Gas if you can stomach it. Okay, that is it for me for another pre-US session. Have a good one out there, and hopefully you can join us in the room. All right, take care. Cheers.